What's going on, everyone? So I wanted to talk about this group of scientists called CERN. Matter of fact, I would even say I want to warn you about this group. Now, even just looking at that logo, what do you see? Looks like three sixes, right? Now, either these people are just mocking God, or they, some people say, "Oh, you're looking too hard into it." I see what I see. I don't think that's a coincidence. All right, so this is the European Council for Nuclear Research. They're into particle physics, some say creating black holes and things like that. But the big thing that I want to talk about is they said they found this thing in 2012 called the God particle, right? And so pretty much what they're doing, they've built this big old machine. It's the craziest machine ever created, according to many scientists, like the most, impressive thing we've ever built. And they are sending protons through this like tunnel looking like thing, and they're colliding at, just ridiculous astronomical, speeds. And they're recreating the Big Bang. And so Bill Nye, the science guy, he says that the God particle is the key to limitless energy and, the secrets of the universe. And so they have this thing, Higgs boson, right? He says that the God particle proves that there's this, invisible force, interacting with the protons and life and stuff like that. And so watch where I'm going with this. They have what they call antimatter, and we have matter, right? We're made up of matter. You have electrons, protons, and then antimatter is like an anti-version of the electron or proton. It has a different, what they call quantum number, and it pretty much is just the anti. So you have, like the Bible says, light and darkness, life and death. And so they're, digging holes in the ground and, collecting this antimatter. And some scientists say they're collecting it from another dimension. And they believe that they have found a wall that is holding back this antimatter, right? So they're digging and they've apparently found this wall. And this is an interesting thing. This was in the Wall Street Journal, right? This is the article I read. CERN is seeking the secrets of the universe, or maybe opening the portals of hell. And they're making like a mockery of this, right? Looking for a second dimension. So this is what some of the article was saying. This is in Geneva. The European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN, is gearing up for another run at smashing particles together to unlock the secrets of the universe. That means anticipating a new round of conspiracy theories that is a real aim to blast open a gateway for apocalyptic demons. So, they're making a mockery of how some of us would, look at this. Now, here's the crazy thing. There are scientists who say they've heard voices. They dug too deep. CERN scientist, he said, he heard some voices. And then there's a group of people, you can look this up on the History Channel, who actually, that's all they research. Apparently, there's people all over the earth hearing this groaning sound, hearing this noise, and there's scientists that are trying to locate it. And they said some people might even have super hearing. I saw an interview where they said, it's a worldwide hum. You can Google that, and they say it gets worse at night. And so, bottom line is, you have these people that they're trying to play God. They're trying to recreate the Big Bang, and one of the the interesting things, Stephen Hawking, the guy with the wheelchair. He said this: the God particle could kill us all if science gets enough funding. Some guy responded, "Not if we kill God first." Philip Pullman. Right, so even Stephen Hawking is like, hey, don't try to open up these portals. Don't try to open up these dimensions. Some people believe that when they keep colliding these particles together, that it's going to create some kind of black hole and the earth is going to be sucked in. But the bottom line, once again, as I said, these people are playing God with science. And the Bible does talk about, how God, sent the angels down, and we know about the demonic realm. But it's so interesting to me when you talk about antimatter, right? Because what God specifically told me a couple years ago, that the lowercase g gods of science were going to clash with the sons and daughters of God, period. And even looking at this, I'm like, man, it just proves to me more that the Bible is real, right? So antimatter, right? Antichrist, everything that is anti-God. They're trying to find an explanation that is anti-God to how the earth created. We're trying to recreate the Big Bang. And while we're doing all of this, people are saying that, they're hearing voices in the middle of the earth. And we're digging down into the earth, and we find that there's this wall that is holding back this antimatter. And then you have the movies that have been conditioning us for so long. Every movie from the recent Avengers movie, Transformers, I believe Interstellar was in there's so many movies where they're talking about multiverses and different dimensions, and it's leading us to a place that if God were to call his people home, right, and people argue about, is there a rapture, is there not a rapture, that they would say aliens did it and people would believe, because they've been pushing this for a while. I've seen TED Talks, they're talking about a multiverse, right? We used to think it was just the universe, but now we're thinking there's multiple universes, and it's like the more that I listen to these individuals talk, it's clear that God is real. You know what I'm saying? Through the things that they're saying, but they're so blind. The Bible says the God of this world has blinded their minds. The Bible says spiritual things are foolish. They can't receive it to carnal people. And so you look at what science is doing, whether it's through, this vaccinations or coronavirus or, the womb transplants, sex change. You have scientists that are really trying to play God, that are really trying to figure everything out. And I always think it reminds me of like the Tower of Babel. Eventually, they're going to try to build up their knowledge so high, and God is going to say, enough is enough. Boom, we're done. Stuff like this just shows me even more, hey, we're living in the end times. We're living in the end times. And so watch and pray. Even just off the logo, the 666 thing, I'm like, come on, man. I really believe that people are just blinded and their eyes are not going to be open unless they pray. God, open my eyes. I want to see. I believe there really is going to be a clash between science and, the children of God. We're going to see it. We're going to see it happen. I've been saying that for years. So, hey, I love you guys. Be blessed. I'm going to make a couple more videos like this. I think that was a lot of information for maybe you could, go on YouTube, go on Google and search it up. You guys know we're trying to get our funds raised for the school that we're trying to open the building. The video is posted on my YouTube, www.marcusrogersministries.org.